If you're looking to do toy photography on Instagram, I've done it for a year and a half and I'm about to share 5 tips that could really help you out when starting and keeping a sustainable Instagram page going. This isn't a get rich quick scheme, but this is something I've learned and a lot of other people have learned. I've talked to other toy photographers on Instagram and stuff that they have passed on to me to speak to you today. So tip 1 is do the photography for the photography and not for the Instagram. So many people fall traps to this on Instagram, but you need to enjoy the photography for what it is and just enjoy doing it rather than focusing on growth or Instagram. Because Instagram's where your stuff's going to be seen, but if you're putting stuff up just to put stuff up, then you're not going to be doing good quality photography or even enjoying yourself. So instead of focusing on growth, see it as I'll eventually get to my goal, but just focus on the actual photography you're doing right now rather than focusing on the future. Tip 2 rides off the back of that, and it's don't fixate on reach, likes or follows or else you're going to burn out. And what I mean by that is if you are creating photos and you're tracking every single piece of information that Instagram gives you through insights, all that stuff, then the issue with that is you're going to eventually become so demotivated because Instagram isn't some get rich quick scheme. As I said before, it took me 162 posts and over a year and a half of photography to get you 1,000 followers, and if that doesn't tell you something, then I don't know what will. You're not just going to magically gain thousands of followers overnight. It's something which you should put your time into, but don't stress about it and just enjoy the hobby, because otherwise you are going to burn out and stop posting, as I've seen many times before. Tip 3 is more of just a slap to the face, if you will. It's just the fact that you're unlikely to make it big on Instagram. You have to put decades of work or else just get incredibly lucky to make it big on Instagram. I'm not saying there's people who are massive accounts on Instagram who don't deserve it, because that would be completely false, but don't expect overnight to grow and just explode on Instagram, because there's so many people doing the same thing, and hopefully it'll only grow in the future and the community will grow, meaning it's so saturated that do it for the hobby, because if you're expecting it to go on, it's just not going to happen. You're not going to go on and immediately blow up and you get thousands and tens of thousands of followers. I'm not saying that you can't have a small community who enjoy your photography, because that's false. I gained people who have followed me to this day and I still interact with, and I've also gained some friends over time. But it's just, don't be expecting to become the next Sir Dork 730 with 70 odd thousand followers before you got hacks and 30k on YouTube. It's just unlikely to happen. 4 is another huge tip, and that's interact with the community, because you're gonna struggle to find followers and find people and enjoy your time on Instagram if you're not interacting with the community and people. Because if you leave a comment or a like on someone's post, not only are they more likely to take a look at your work or follow you back, which helps you, but also you could make someone's day by just saying, that's a really cool photo, I like the lighting here, I like the posing, it's great. So just leave a comment, be part of the community, because the community helps each other out, and don't expect to basically grow big and don't expect loads of followers without giving in return, because we're all in this together and it's a hobby, a joint hobby and a community. Just remember that, because I see a few people who seem to think that because they have more followers or because they have more photo experience that they're better. And it doesn't matter if you're better than someone else. It really doesn't. And I'm not just saying that because my work isn't the best. I'm saying that because I do see a lot of people who are just arrogant, and therefore you're just not going to make any friends that way, and you're not going to grow because of that. Tip 5 is to take a photo at your own leisure rather than forcing one. And this is a absolutely massive thing that I see so many people doing. And I did a poll on Instagram, and basically what it said, do you only photo shoot whenever you actually want to, or does Instagram influence you to photo shoot more to then put out more posts to then grow more? And the results were as I expected. So I took a look at the people who are actually part of the toy photography community who responded, and about 3/4 of them said that they were more likely to photo shoot to then grow, or then to get something out for their followers rather than actually enjoy it. And that's something I learned you just can't do if you're going to have a sustainable growth and enjoy Instagram, because how I do it is I basically have it whenever I want to take a photo, whenever I have an idea, whenever I get a new figure, something like that, I'll take a photo and I will enjoy it and I'll just do whatever I want. It doesn't matter what's the popular thing. I'll take any figure, I'll take any style, I'll just go nuts with editing, and I've done that before. And even if people don't like it, it doesn't bother me, because the hobby, people will still see your stuff. And if you're just doing the popular thing over and over again, I mean, it's cool, but it's not as cool as if you just be yourself, do what you want, and just ignore what Instagram says. And the toy photography community is very, very good and positive, but if you ever see people, usually from other communities, who come in and start bashing on your work, or just say it's not good, or say the editing isn't bad, I mean, constructive criticism is good, but when you're just bashing on someone's work, you know, just ignore that. Just delete the comments, just ignore it, because, I mean, it's a hobby, and everyone starts somewhere, everyone has to learn, but also some people just don't want to learn, some people just want to continue doing it for fun. So mindless bashing on people, which is just, it's going to happen in any community, in any social media, but just ignore it and enjoy yourself. Take a photo when you want and do what you want, because at the end of the day, you're the photographer, you decide, and there will be people who are interested in anything, so no matter what you do, there will always be people that will follow you over time. And that's all the tips I have for today. If you want to make another one of these, there's a lot of things I'd like to talk about, a lot of things I find interesting to talk about. So just leave a comment saying if you wanted to see another one. I'll know as well. Leave a like and subscribe, because that just shows me that you like this and you want to see more stuff like it. I'll be happy to do more, because I love waffle on like this. So anyway, have a good day. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it was helpful, and happy photo shooting.